Hi guys, 18dap here and welcome to this match preview for Tuesday night's game. It's Doncaster versus Bolton at the Keepmoat Stadium. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to this video. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. Welcome back to the channel. If this video has brought you to this channel, welcome. Click that subscribe button so you don't miss any content. If you are new, this is the way that we format match previews. We look at the previous meetings between the two clubs. We look at the current form for both clubs in the league. I look at a Doncaster Rovers player, so we're going through the squad and I'm giving my thoughts on current form, current performance levels, things like that. Then I give my opinion on the one to watch for the opposition, in this case at Bolton. And then me and the family have got a predictions league table, playing for a trophy, so there's an update on that. And then I'll give my score prediction at the very end. So let's get into previous meetings. Donny and Bolton not faced off that many times, only 11. Rovers coming out on top 3 times, Bolton winning 7 of those occasions, and then we've shared the spoils just the once. Looking back at the last 5 games between the two, we have to go back to the 86-87 season. I wasn't even born at this point, and Bolton didn't do too well. Rovers won both of those games at home 3-0 and then away 1-0. But then we have to skip forward 20 years to 2007 and it was an FA Cup tie. I believe it was at the Keepmoat Stadium and we got battered 4-0. So 20-year gap shows the difference in quality in teams now. And then another jump in history to 2013-14, the championship season, and Bolton coming out on top in both of those games, 3-0 and 2-1. So recent history, Bolton have had the upper hand, and generally over our history, over the 11 games, Bolton doing much better. So hopefully Tuesday night we can put a stop to that run. Current form, looking at both teams' current form, Rovers 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat in the last 5. Bolton 1 win, 1 draw and 3 defeats. And for me, Saturday, poor performance from the Rovers, and I'm hoping for a reaction on Tuesday night, because a solid start, 1 minute in, going 1-0 up, and then we just seemed to sit back and gave Rochdale a chance to get back into the game, and they took it. They gradually got back into the game, and then in the 80th minute got the equaliser. And to be honest, from there, if there was going to be another goal, I could only see it going Rochdale's way. So I think luckily got out of there with a 1-1. We had a couple of opportunities, but just not good enough on the day from Donny. We are still in touching distance of the playoffs though. A win on Saturday would have made the picture look a lot better. But I think if we get a win on Tuesday night, 7 points from 3 games, we can't really grumble with that kind of form. So hopefully, because of that performance on Saturday, there's a good reaction on Tuesday night. Bolton, they had a very, very torrid start to the season due to poor previous ownership. I've done a video on kind of the situation between Rovers and Bolton. If you want to watch that, I will link it in the top corner of the screen. But the new ownership seems to have steadied the ship. But I do think Bolton are destined for a stint in League 2, but a club of Bolton's size should come back stronger over the coming years. Footballing wise, for Tuesday night, I think Bolton are a team who are very hit and miss. We could face a team that performed well and managed a 1-0 narrow defeat against Portsmouth. They've started picking up points, so we could face a strong team. On the other end of the spectrum, we could face a team that shipped goals, like the 5-1 defeat to Lincoln. So it is literally the team that turn up. Hopefully we're prepared for either team, either Bolton team that turns up, and we should come away with the 3 points. We will see. Moving on to player focus. In this video I have gone with Ben Whiteman for the Rovers. Our captain, 28 appearances, 5 goals, and for me Ben's been very, very solid this season in the holding role between the defence and midfield. I think he does that job really well, cuts out opposition attacks, and his passing's normally been very, very good. But recent performances have been a little bit under par for me. I'm not sure if speculation of a championship move in January has kind of affected his focus, but his passing game has just gone out of the window. Don't get me wrong, still some very good passes, but just seems to lose the ball a lot more recently than what he did earlier on in the season. So hopefully, with more games, get his focus back, and he should be back to his best, what we saw at the start of the season. In my opinion though, Ben Whiteman is one of the best midfielders in League One. So hopefully, as I say, that form does come back towards the end of the season and we see the best of him before the summer break. Moving on to the one to watch for Bolton, I've gone with Daryl Murphy, 70 appearances, 8 goals, 2 assists. So Daryl, he joined Bolton after being released by Nottingham Forest, has since gone on to become Bolton's leading scorer in the league, and I think this is partly because of the service coming in from both flanks via Verlinden and Dodu. So as long as Halliday and Reece James, if they're our right back and left back on the night, do their defensive duties well, it should just lead to Daryl only having scraps to feed on, and Wright and Anderson, if they're the centre-back pairing on Tuesday, should be able to deal with that, but definitely one to watch because he's got goals in him. On to the Prediction League table. If you are new to the channel, the way that it works is all of the family predict the score lines. If they get it spot on, they get 3 points. If they get the outcome of the game but not the score line right, they get 1 point. If we get it wrong, we get no points. And Saturday, we were all fairly confident. We all went with Rovers wins, so unfortunately, no change in the table. I still sit top on 17 points. Max and Chris joint second on 13, and Dad very close behind in fourth on 12 points. Hopefully, some change on Tuesday night with our predictions. And that leads me on to the score prediction. I think we're strong enough to come out with a win. I just hope the performance level is there on Tuesday night that wasn't there on Saturday. And if it is, I am fairly confident that we will run out 3-1 winners. If you've enjoyed this video, please stick a big thumbs up on it for me, please. Comment in the section down below. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.